Here's my reconstruction of Tesla's famous coil parts to the right spread out. Do not attempt any of these experiments. The voltages are lethal, literally killers. Sparks to an earth rod, 100,000 volts plus. Streamers from top load, streamers from stainless steel bowls in the garden, streamers to air from the bolt. The white line above is just light coming in through the top of the garage door. Control box, neon sign transformer, Terry filter, spark gap, capacitor bank to the Tesla coil. RF ground is actually a stake in the ground. Again, danger of death from all those voltages. I always put safety first. Power can't be switched on except by the big red button on the side of the control box. Stop any high voltages coming back into the system. The safety spark gap is added to the Terry filter. I take no responsibility for anybody trying to do this at home. Keep me and the dangerous sparks arm's length apart. I use a dead man's handle control box. Switching the power on puts 12 volts to the fan on the spark gap and allows a relay to put mains power to the neon sign transformer. Here's the neon sign transformer, quite small but lethal. Terry Fritz filter arrangement. The important part of that is the safety gap, seen here, plumbing fittings and brass knobs. This is the main spark gap. There we are, 2 aluminium posts and copper electrodes faced with pure silver from a forklift truck. Here's the capacitor bank, one of the capacitors being shown on the side there. There's where the capacitor bank is in. There it is in situ, or now underneath the coil. Primary coil and the capacitor bank have to be in resonance. Here's the primary coil, copper brake pipe. Now the safety rail just above. Here's the secondary coil, 1200 turns. Bottom of the secondary coil goes down to RF earth. To make it easy to come apart, I made this spigot and a receptacle on the baseboard so it could be taken apart easily. Here's a side view of the, again, plumbing fitting, 8mm to 15mm reducer fixed onto the baseboard. Top connection on the secondary coil is a brass bolt. Below that, because I had problems with breakout, a copper ring's been added. Various top loads were made and fitted onto the bolt. To keep everything in tune, the primary coil needs to be adjusted to be tuned by in effect lengthening and shortening the primary coil. Here's the little clip I made so that it can be done. Another warning. Here's the final assembly working. It's a bit short on the theoretical value, but the sparks are still quite impressive. These are about 14 inches long, down to an aluminium ladder hanging up in the garage. You can just see the spark gap firing there. This is just plasma from the ring that I've fitted to protect the secondary coil. Plasma from the top of the two dog bowls that are joined together. As before, plasma in the garden. There's the primary spark gap firing the stainless steel top and exciting a fluorescent tube, a Duff fluorescent tube, just by the electromagnetic radiation. Some streamers, I think, from the stainless steel one, and that's ignited the fluorescent tube above it that switched off, exciting the tube with just the electromagnetic radiation in the room. Real lightning. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope that you found it instructive. Don't try this at home.